So I checked out the second season of Glow over the weekend on Netflix, and I gotta tell you, I had an incredible time with this season. This is a really weird show about the gorgeous ladies of wrestling, which were a kind of a pseudo-phenomenon in the 80s. They were a band of misfit women that got together, were basically cast and recruited to be this alternative take on professional wrestling. And there was a lot of campiness, a lot of tongue-in-cheek with the way that all of this stuff was put together back in the day, and this fictionalized kind of recreation of all of these women and these crazy scenarios is just wonderful to escape into, especially if you have any proclivity for the 80s, if you have any affection for that era. I think Netflix has tapped into something here. Obviously, there's the nostalgic angle there with all of the 80s music and the styles and the fashions, but they've also cast some really phenomenal actors that you just care about, and I think what the second season is really about is making these characters a little bit more human, giving them some depth and some layers and some emotional kind of resonance that kind of sticks with you.
Oh, fuck. Is that a film?
It's all led by Alison Brie, who I think is the most famous of the performers in this show. But I have to tell you, Mark Maron, who plays this down-and-out director who is sort of brought into the fold, and eventually, you know, the women kind of crack through that tough-as-nails veneer that he has, and he starts to care about the people that he's put into this ridiculous show. And he leans on Alison Brie's character a lot in this second season, and she kind of grows as a leader, not just in the sort of headlining the show kind of sense, but also as a character, as a person that we kind of grow to care about even more in the second season. But that's true of every supporting actor. You know, every one of the wrestlers has a standout moment as you're watching the episodes kind of pass through you. One of the standout episodes actually is the idea that we're watching a fully realized 30-minute show of Glow, and looks like they shot it all on retro cameras, or it was affected to be that way. It's all in you know, a 4:3 aspect ratio, and we go from scene one to the credits, and it looks like we're sort of diving back into the 1980s. I thought that was incredibly clever and fun. It just seeps into your heart, you know, and it's really effectively done. I also love the fact that we don't stay with these characters so long as what happens with a lot of you know, episodic and seasonal television, where the characters kind of overstay their welcome. This is 10 episodes, they're 30 minutes each, and it's over quickly and you want more. And I think that's what we want out of TV now. We're in this era where there's so much good television to kind of, you know, spend our time with, that it's refreshing that the show leaves you wanting more. You know, it doesn't give you 22 episodes that are an hour long that are just driving you crazy by the end of it.
Feels a little different around here.
I came away just feeling like, oh, what's going to happen to these characters now? Because it does end on this pretty dramatic cliffhanger at the end of the season. You're rooting for them, but now I'm concerned and I'm caring about the gorgeous ladies of wrestling. And I do hope that Netflix has got a hit with this. I'm very curious to see if a season 3 is going to happen. There is a finality and there is a kind of a hopefulness about the way that the season wraps up. So if more isn't coming, I would be okay with that too. But I am invested and I do care about these characters, and I love this this really crazy collection of performers all working together. So I do hope that there's more, but I gotta tell you, I had a fantastic time with Glow Season 2, and if you've been digging what Netflix has been doing with things like Stranger Things, you are also gonna have a great time with Glow, and you should watch the first season for sure, and Season 2 doesn't drop the ball at all. It's a great season. I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10.